Another river in Palatka, Florida. The St. Johns River kicked off the Elite Series season, and this, the final regular season full field day of the Bassmaster Elite Series in 2021. And up top of that leaderboard, Bernie Schultz. 4 decades of Bassmaster competition, and with 45 pounds, 13 ounces, he is halfway not just to an Elite Series victory, but a guaranteed berth at the Bassmaster Classic. Finishing off our season in the great state of New York, back-to-back New York events, obviously on Champlain last week, but this week on the Great Lakes, Lake Ontario to be exact, a long way up the river, about 90 miles up the river, up the St. Lawrence River that connects the Great Lakes to the ocean. And we are in beautiful Waddington, New York, and I am joined by my partner, Davey Height, Bassmaster Classic champion, 2-time Angler of the Year. And you're ready to start some here today, aren't you? A lot on the line, Davey Height.
A lot on the line, no doubt about it. But can't help but talk about Seth Feider. I mean, it's almost midway of this tournament. It looks like he's got Angler of the Year wrapped up. And it's so excited for Seth and for Bernie Schultz to be leading this event. Bernie Schultz was fishing this great river in Lake Ontario before I ever started fishing Bassmaster. Mark Zona ever started fishing, so that's been a long time ago. I heard Clark Winlett yesterday on the weigh-in stage say he fished his first event here in 1992. So, and he's up in the top 5 today. So a lot of big things happening here this week. And the biggest thing are these smallmouth, the size of these smallmouth, absolutely incredible.
A lot of history in this historic river full of giant fish. But let's jump into our Toyota midday report. A lot on the line coming into this event, and a guy that's got a lot on the line coming into this event, Stetson Blaylock, trying to get into that Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, Stetson Blaylock, not having his normal Stetson Blaylock kind of year. You expect to see him way up in the standings, competing for Angler of the Year each and every year, but he's had a few tournaments, just like I said, not normal Stetson Blaylockish, but he is back here with the vengeance, no doubt about it, trying to win the event here on the St. Lawrence River. Had a good day 1 and it's had a good start for day 2. I do think the fishing will get better this afternoon if these clouds go away like they were supposed to, but man, they keep lingering around. We'll just have to wait and see. Bernie Schultz is doing just fine with the clouds.
Here's something you don't want to let linger around in a tournament this part of the world. Chris Johnston trying to do something so rare and defend his title.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing to watch Chris yesterday catch what he caught, 23 pounds, and lay off of him about 11 o'clock. It's not so easy for him here this morning. He and his brother Corey were having to use some fish that they wanted to save, some fish that were on the bed or some fish that had just spawned and were guarding fry. Chris Johnston, he'll be around all the way through Sunday afternoon. We'll be talking about him, no doubt about it. But today a little bit slow for him. I think the sun would really help Chris and Corey both. They use their eyes when they're fishing for these smallmouth so much.
Chris Johnston, always somebody to be worried about. But long before Chris Johnston was even a thing, this guy was catching him here. Spent a lot of his childhood, maybe from Florida, but spent a lot of his childhood up here. You know, family had a place and spent the whole summer up here, and it looks to be paying off here 4 decades later.
Yeah, it really is. And every time I remember coming to the St. Lawrence River, whether it be as a competitor or years later, the last few years, Bernie seems to do well here. Sometimes a little better than others, but always in contention, always someone you're going to talk about at least on day 1 or 2. The big concern I have about Bernie so far is he seems to be fishing a 200, 250-yard stretch, and I worry if he reloads. Mark Zona talked about this earlier, and I've been thinking about it all day also. He knows a lot of other places. Just like you said, he's spent so many days out here on St. Lawrence River. He might not know a lot of places that he can catch 25 pounds a day, but the day he had yesterday and the day he's had today, if he can just go catch 18 or 20 pounds, it could be enough by Championship Sunday.
Well, everybody talking about one guy coming into this event, and with good reason. Seth Feider, what a season he's had in 2021, and went out today with the opportunity to finally seal the deal on an Angler of the Year title.
Yeah, Seth Feider, I'm sure you noticed it today, this morning also, Dave. He seemed different than he did yesterday. Yesterday, you could tell he was He was nervous, he was anxious, he was ready to get it done, and he had a great day. He said, I'm just going to stay within 20 miles of the ramp, definitely not going to Lake Ontario. I'm going to play it safe. Well, playing it safe worked out pretty well for Seth Feider yesterday. Had a great day yesterday. Currently, today he's in 5th place. I think we'll probably see him check in a little bit early today, Dave.
I'm really kind of cheering for him to slip a little bit. I got to be honest. On stage, he said, if I'm in contention, I'm going to have to take it serious. But if I seal the deal on this and I'm, I just slide into the cut, he said that he pointed to an establishment here, which is called the bowling alley. It does not have a bowling alley in it at all, ironically, but what it does have is a well-stocked bar, and he said we would have a good time there. So we'll find out how it ends up. Feeling my head may feel like a bowling ball.
Maybe that's why they call it a bowling alley.
Let's try to bust 20. We're 2 good fish away from it. We got 3 nice ones, a 3-pounder, and a 2 3/4. So 2 more big ones, and we'll stay in the top 10. We might have enough right now to stay in the top 10, but might as well pour it on.
Pour it on, he has this year, Davey. I mean, every single time this year. I mean, it blows me away how often it just seems like, okay, here's the day where he can stumble. Not only does he not stumble, but man, it's like he builds and builds on that lead. Just really a special season we're seeing.
It's been great to watch him this year. You're exactly right. And you go from Lake Fork to the Sabine River and St. John's River. You just so much diversity there. And Seth has had a solid year. It's not missed a cut. It's not even been close to missing a cut all season long, and that's hard to do. It's very hard to do.
29th place, his worst finish of the year.
Only a 3-pounder.
I mean, one thing I'll tell you about Bernie Schultz, I mean, very accomplished artist, obviously, angler, collector. But I'm not exactly sure of his exact age, but that is an incredible.
It wasn't, hadn't been near as exciting as yesterday, but we do have some 4-pounders in the box. I tried a top water and had a couple of blow-ups on it, but I didn't really get it good. I lost one on it. I did connect with one, but it was like a 3-pounder. And I thought that might be the deal, and then the wind kind of kicked up, and so I'm back to a Ned rig right now. That's what's been paying off today anyway. I've hit most of the best areas. Of the area that I'm fishing, I've hit the sweet spots. I'm on the last one now, and I'm thinking about, really kind of thinking about going largemouth fishing, if you want to know the truth. I got bit pretty easy doing that, and it's a good way to catch a kicker here. But I'd like to get one more 4-pound smallmouth before I do that. That way I know I'm close to 20 pounds.
As I said, as he tries to get to 20 pounds, I mean, you can accomplish a lot, but very few people accomplish what he has accomplished on top of his head. That is an incredible, incredible mane of hair.
There he is.
Here we go.
That's a 4 right there. Come on, man. Come my way.
win here, and just like that, Bernie Schultz becomes a 10-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier.
That really helps make this tournament interesting. Several anglers
Almost look like
in the
blood
top
there.
10 that would love to have that addition to a win. The blue trophy, the cash, and the berth to the Bassmaster Classic.
Oh, look at the one with him. There's always a bigger one. There's always a bigger one with him. The big one doesn't eat it first for some reason. Yeah, he's bleeding. I don't know where I got him. Come here. No, you're not bleeding.
Oh,
It's a clean hook. That one's definitely bigger. I don't know if he's 4, but he's close.
So Bernie Schultz talking about going largemouth fishing. This is a bizarre St. Lawrence River tournament, really just the way it's playing out so far. Like a lot of weight-wise, it's delivering, but it's just so different than you would expect.
it is, but I think we mentioned it earlier that he just has so much experience on the river. He knows where the bigger largemouth traditionally live along the St. Lawrence, and I don't think we'll see Bernie Schultz go largemouth fishing before he has a solid limit. He's just trying to figure out somewhere to go, something to do that's productive, and leave that 250-yard stretch alone.
From the Belezia, let's get over and look at another interesting storyline from today, with the same initials of one of the stories we've already been following, Corey Johnston. And man, that is a special day on this body of water when
Boy, it has flattened out
like that.
That just tells you how far we're on site right here, obviously on the St. Lawrence River in Waddington, New York. Very different looking where we're sitting than it is 80 or 90 miles away there. The wind is blowing here and totally overcast.
The thing about these guys
right now,
is
trying to hit a bunch of shallow stuff that I got bit on in practice, stuff that I think might play out. Is a lot tougher than I thought it would be just to fish around for bites. But we have one good one in the box, and we got a lot of day left. We do have a long run back, but I'm gonna work hard. We can run into them really quick. I'm gonna try this shallow thing just for a little while, and I wanna get back to drifting. Probably gonna go get fuel, get ice for the fish, and start bumping our way back. I got a bunch of stuff in between here and Waddington that could play out. So that's the plan. I'm trying to debate on whether or not I want to go any closer to the lake than what I have. I do have a flat further out that way that has a bunch of fish on it. I just don't know if the weather last night messed them up. That's why I'm trying to keep them honest right now. I'm not gonna get stuck doing this shallow deal. I really feel like the deal will be deep drifting, getting a few of those bigger deep fish to fire today. I just saw that sun come out, so I had to come shallow.
Caleb Sumrall has had an incredible northern swing here, flirting with making back-to-back 10 cuts, and let's have a look at his day so far.
Yeah, Caleb, like you mentioned, having a good swing up here in the north, and a great day yesterday. It started off great this morning with a good fish early on and a loss early on, but he was getting bites. You have to try to stay positive, but it has really slowed down for him. It's good. Oh! Almost a loss there.
I got you that time, baby. Let's go.
Got him that time. Good, solid start for him, but it slowed down for Caleb.
But good for him. I mean, a lot of time left in the day, but good for him. Great, you know, Louisiana angler having a great northern swing, and I know he spent a lot of time developing his game, you know, just evolving as a pro angler, and that's what the Bassmaster Elite Series is all about. But this, the final full field day of the 2021 Bassmaster Elite Series.
The Yamaha VMAX V6 SHO